ahead. You can address me. I know that's kind of difficult.
I'm so proud of you. It's so difficult.
It's
so difficult.
No, you don't have to be passive aggressive.
I'm not passive.
You're a little passive.
Oh. Aggressive.
I haven't seen you ever aggressive.
Don't play with me, Brit. Don't play with me.
Have that conversation later.
Really?
You guys can have that conversation later.
I'm the mighty wolf.
Here we go! Here the fuck we go!
This is better than the Wimbledon Championship. Let me tell you something, ho. You better talk to your motherfucking roommate. You better talk to your roommate.
Well.
Things are only off limits based off of respect. Now, if you don't want to respect me, then baby, I'm gonna lay the whole clip out. Unless you want to talk about those abortions you had when you was married.
Ooh. And I ooh.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you hear a little knocking noise, that is my fan in my little den area. I rarely turn this fan on. I got this fan on now. It's 94 degrees outside. I have it 69 degrees up in here. I'm still hot. So this ceiling fan's gonna be on. So if you hear it, sorry, but tweet yourself. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the bag.
Kelli, she's over here prepping for her. She thought that this was going to be the end of her divorce. You know, boom, her divorce is going to be finalized. She's done with this man. Cool, fine. She, she puts her white suit on. She's hopping down, doing her thing. Cool.
I have every single emotion going through me because this is our final court date of our actual divorce.
So 4 hours later, she come out. She's like, this shit was motherfucking crazy. And I'm just like, let us know. Give us the tea. You pan over to that night, and Shamia comes over. And, she also has her friend over. Kelli basically talking to Shamia like, girl, like, it was a lot that was being said. However, it is not finalized. And he went to jail.
No. Is it final?
No, it's not final. And he actually went back to jail today.
Oh, wow.
Like, I feel like there's more to the story that we just don't know. But I feel like she's telling us all she really can. So I'm not mad at it. But she's kind of concerned because she's just like, all the girls has checked up on her outside of Brit. And she's reflecting on all the things she has done for Brit during the situation. And she's just like, I've been there for Brit, but in my time of need, she's not there for me. Shamia, she goes to the doctor with her kids. And, basically she has strep coming back from Grenada. So she's just trying to, make sure everybody's good. Cool. But she does talk about how she did go ahead with the surrogacy with the surrogate that they chose. However, it failed. So now they're trying to figure out, okay, let's put a pause on it and retouch this later on.
My husband and I, we did move forward with Asha. She had a transfer, but it failed. So we sat down and we talked about it, and we don't just hold off for a bit.
I think that might be good too. It's just like you have two beautiful babies, like put your love into them, and then maybe further down the line have a son for your husband. I get in African culture. I have some African coworkers that I work with, and they tell me that everything goes to the first son. Like if you have a son, like they get everything, they inherit everything. So I get that, and I think every man would want a son. So I guess. So we see this cooking class. This cooking with Kelli, and Williams and Sonoma. Sonoma. So they go over there, and she said she's done plenty of events over there with them. She's over here cooking, but she has Charles with her too. So we see Charles, Phaedra, Shamia, Angela. I think that's what it was.
Kelli's has too many calories on her.
Welcome, girl, now. You got another one?
No.
Supporting, old girl. And they were just, sitting, vibing, talking, chilling. The girls talk about, hey, how everything goes. She let the girls know that she's still not divorced. He went to jail, and she has not talked to Brit. And she was like, well, I thought y'all was best friends. What's going on? I thought y'all were best friends. She's like, yeah, we're close. We're besties. And I'm just like, we're gonna get to that. But also, in the midst of all this happening, a man comes over to Angela like, hey boo, we need to talk. We need to talk. Like, probably talk somewhere secluded. And she's like, hey, and who are you? He was like, you're gonna know me. We need to talk. It's about your husband. And at first I'm just like, girl, what do you mean? And then he was like, yeah, we need to talk to your husband. I see your husband in my restaurant.
You can live.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Marcus.
How do I know you, Michael?
I don't think you know me, but I know your husband.
And that's when she was like, who are you? So he walks away, you know. It was weird because he's like doing this all out in public. And I'm just like, from the word on the street, Charles is not one of them. So I'm just like, be on the side of caution. We segue in the middle of the event and we go to Brit's house. Brit is hosting Cynthia and Portia. Brit is hosting Cynthia and Portia.
Yeah, we have been utilizing the same team, like hair, makeup, but come to find out, she had told the whole team that she doesn't want any of them to work with Brit.
So they sit down, Brit, you know, serves them whatever. Brit, you know, she says, you know, I'm gonna take a page out of Phaedra's book. You know, she gave me some good advice. Let me host the ladies. Cool. So Brit is over here just like, okay, well, you know, I have some tea, you know. She brings up Shamia. She's like, Shamia's supposed to be your best friend. It's supposed to be a ride or die for you. But Shamia has told me all this stuff about you in text messages, about you and your life. How do you think about that? That's how the best friend's supposed to be. And my whole thing is, one, I haven't seen any proof come out, so I don't believe Brit. Two, Brit, you are a proven liar, so I don't believe you. And then three, I'm not believing no bitch about my best friend until I talk to my best friend.
I've stayed out of it. She showed me text messages between the two of you guys that said you were dealing with your divorce and your attorney said this is.
Brit, she fishy, so I don't know. We go back to the event with Kelli, and you know, after everybody has been served food, you know, everybody's over chit-chatting, they're making the toast. You got the girls in there making the toast. And the guy get up, he's like, toast to Charles cheating on his wife or something like that. And I'm just like,
I gotta cheers for it. Cheers if your name is Angela and your husband's cheating on you.
Marcus, the guy that just did that toast, came on this show just to spread gossip, hate, and disrespect. So the backlash that you're getting, unfortunately, I hate that you're going through it, but it's none of my business. Because now you're going to have to scratch your minge, sniff your fingers, because, baby, you're going to have bigger fish to fry. Yeah. Bitch, you have no type of couth and no type of anything, and you're trying to make a moment. Like, coming up, talk to her, do her thing, cool, whatever, fine, have you. But that part was so unnecessary, and I wish Charles would have heard you, because I'm like, I know you're lightweight, because it's rude and disrespectful. And I'm happy that, you know, Kelli was like, look, I did not know that was going to happen. I told him to escort him out. I don't do disrespect. I don't think anybody does disrespect. Like, you're inviting me to your event just to have someone that looks like he got paid, set up to come over here and talk to me, this and the third. So it was already irritating. You know, Phaedra's like, well, you know, girls, I gotta go. So Phaedra leaves, and she's just over here going to her car. She calls Portia.
Portia, girl.
Mind she's still with Cynthia and Brit. So they're just like, what's the tea? You said you got some tea, girl. She said,
Why did a man come to the event that we're at in Women's Samoa and saying that he got some tea on Angela's husband?
Siri, call Portia.
And they're like, what? No, what did they say? Said that your husband is cheating on you, girl.
they're gagging. They're like, oh my God, da 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 da. They're just like, well, who sent them? They're like, I don't know. It is what it is. So
Angela. What? Your husband is cheating.
when the trailer came out, we heard a lot of things happen. We heard that Phaedra set this man on Old Girl. We heard a lot of things. I heard Phaedra was the mastermind behind this. This was all alleged. I don't think Phaedra was, but that's what I heard going around the street. And I just think it's funny how people believe everything that just goes around and just like, you know, put it as headlines. I think it's crazy. So it was like, you know what? We found out who said what. I had my people take a little visit down to his restaurant, and you know, after a couple minutes, they found out that he was paid by a gentleman, and it was what it was. I'm like, girl, And Angie's like, girl, you connected to the mob, bitch. She's like, no, I'm not connected to the mob, but I got people that go real hard for me. So yeah.
Are you tied to the mob?
No, I'm not tied to the mob. We're just tied to people who care about us deeply. That's all.
I'm like, period. Period. We transport over to the next day. Phaedra's at her home and she has her sons there. And I'm loving to see this moment with, you know, Aiden, with Phaedra and her sons, basically want to start this pants line. And I think it's great that, you know, like she said, that this is my legacy. My job is to give them a leg up into this world. I'm just like, I think that is such a, you know, amazing thing to have. Not everybody's born with a silver spoon, and a lot of people have a lot of hurdles they have to get over, as we know. So it's just certain things that, you know, as a parent, you should want to give your child a step up in life, right? So that's what she does. We transport over, we see her in her showroom, or the showroom that she's hosting the Black Glove event. It's going to be like an exclusive shopping event, very, you know, who's going to be there, so they say. So she gets a call from Portia, and Portia told her, like, girl, I'm not going to be there because my cousin Londi passed away.
I don't know if you ever met her, Londi.
Londi, yeah.
Yep, she passed away.
My condolences. My sincere condolences.
I remember Londi from Portia's Family Matters. She seemed like the soundboard of the fucking family. So it is a tragedy that she passed away, and I want to send my condolences to Londi's family, and, you know, hope she rests in power. So yeah.
Presentation starts. But I'm gonna lock the doors because y'all got the message.
Yes.
Lock them, honey. Wait a minute, Portia's not here yet. Portia's not gonna be here, but I'm gonna wait till afterwards to talk about that.
So it's time for the event, and, you know, everybody's dressed in their black. It is really cute. Comes in, Kelli looks great, Shimei looks great, and the bulk of this beef is going to start because of the stylist. Brit already explained this shit with Portia and Cynthia. So now when Brit comes in, and mind you, Brit looks fab, that bob is fab. Brit, even though she irritates the fuck out of me, she's a stunning woman. Stunning.
To come at little Kelly's event. I wonder who paid them. Maybe the people that don't show up. Who didn't show up?
Yeah. I don't know what I missed, but Kelli is definitely on one right.
So when she comes in, Brit speaks to everyone, and she tries to speak to Kelli. She's like, hey, Kelli. Kelli ignores her. Spooky. And she's like, Kelli, hi, Kelli. And Kelli just, oh, this is cute, just ignores her. So this is where the drama starts. So Kelli's POV for why she's ignoring the fuck out of Brit is the fact that she's like, you know what? I'm going through a lot right now with my divorce and my family. She's like, I did a lot for you when you were going through the situation with Kenya, but you couldn't even give me that reciprocity and do the same for me. That's not a friend. That's not a person that I would consider in my center circle. And we're doing all this because of Glam and my team.
Address me. I know that's kind of difficult.
I'm so proud of you.
sometimes.
It's so difficult.
It's
so
like it is.
difficult.
You don't have to be passive aggressive.
I'm not passive.
You're a little passive.
I'm aggressive.
Like I said before, Kelli, you opened the door by letting her borrow your team. You should have let a broke bitch stay in a broke bitch's place. And at some point, they're saying that, oh, Kelli was jealous that Brit looked better. I'm like, if we're friends, girl, I don't give a fuck if you look better than me or not. Like, girl, you should. I'm giving you my glam. Like, you should look top notch. If I'm giving you my glam and my team and my photographers, girl, you better look like the baddest bitch walking in. Sorry, I don't get like, and you have to look at their body frames. Brit is taller and she has a slimmer body, so it's just like there's more things that she can wear. She can wear more things, and I'm not gonna hold you, Brit, as irritating and disappointed as I've been in her, the girl always looks stunning and fab. So I can give her that.
I haven't seen you ever aggressive.
Don't play with me, Brit. Don't play with me.
have that conversation
later.
Really?
You guys can
Okay, you're the big bad wolf.
I'm the mighty wolf.
No, you're not.
So as everybody's over here mingling and talking, you know, Phaedra has blocked any interest into the motherfucking building. So Drew comes in like, you must be delusional. She can't get in. And she's just like, they're holding it? They're holding the door? Really? Wow. So she's outside for damn near, I want to say, it started at 7. She was outside before 7. She didn't get into like 7:55, I believe. I'm like, damn, y'all outside for a long time. She got chicken from the police. She was talking to the police officers. She was talking to the girls about, oh, I like them shoes, girl. I like them shoes.
Wing, that is so nice, officer. Thank you for this. If I was there earlier, I would have never seen an officer with chicken.
Brit let the girls know, like, you know, I've had Portia and Cynthia at my home, and Kelly's like, oh, she had you at her house, really? Oh, had nobody else to film with? That's what I would have said, but you know, too, just not my show.
I did. You can address me. I know that's kind of different.
And then Brit basically tells her, she said, you can address me. I know it's difficult right now. I know it's difficult. And you could just tell it's ramping up. And then Kelly's just like, girl, she's like, girl, stop. And she was like, you know, you're being very passive aggressive. And then Kelly was like, I'm very aggressive. And she was like, girl, when have you ever been aggressive? And I'm just like, okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going to happen. So Kelly just basically excuse me, Kelly basically told her, like, don't play with me, girl, don't play with me. And she's like, oh, you're the big bad wolf? She said, I'm the mighty wolf. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, the reads could be better, but to each his own. At least y'all give me something.
Really insecure. Insecure? Yeah. I'm insecure. See what you want to use my team? The team that you begged for me to work with because you always need a sidekick, baby.
So this read from Brit didn't make sense when she said that, oh, you want me to use your team because you needed a sidekick. So are you calling yourself the sidekick? And are you saying that she gave you the team because you weren't up to par to be her sidekick? I don't know. That just crossed in my head. What are you trying to say there? So she basically tells like, girl, you're insecure. And at that point, you know, Kelly walks off and she just tried to do like the dismissive thing. Like, girl, I don't have no time for you. Girl, I don't have no time for you. She walks off. And then, you know, Brit's over here just steady, like, you know, going. And Kelly comes back like, girl, whatever, your pill popping roommate. And I'm just like, what did she talk about? Her husband, or she talk about Brit?
You better talk to your motherfucking roommate. You better talk to your pill popping roommate. Match point. Not pill popping roommate.
This is getting juicy.
And then Brit just like, she was like, okay, you want to talk about pills, bitch? Let's talk about all the motherfucking abortions you had during your marriage. And I said, oh, bitch. So that struck a motherfucking chord. She was like, bitch, I don't want to have no motherfucking abortions, bitch. Get me the fuck out of here now.
Unless you want to talk about those abortions you had when you was married. What is that? Bitch, you can't even have a kid. You can.
She was like, get me out. The saying is, you go low, I go to hell. It was what it was. Kelly basically said that it was a lie just because she already had her tubes tied beforehand. So she's just like, girl, can't get pregnant if I tried. And all the girls are just like, no, you remember the whole Kenya thing? You didn't like how Kenya did that? Don't do that. And then, you know, it was what it was. Phaedra tried to calm her down. She's like, girl, you know, just use your inside voice. She's like, I'm not using my inside voice.
I got my tubes tied after the twins. I couldn't make a baby if I wanted to. We're gonna use our inside voices. Ain't no inside voice.
So Shamia tries to talk to her and just let her know, like, you know, I don't think this is the route that you want to take. Y'all are friends. Y'all should just talk about it. And why don't you check on her during her divorce trial? And she was like, because jealousy is a disease and I can't fake my feelings. I can't fake the way I am with her. I can't do it. And I'm just like, but you've been doing this whole season though. You've been faking that you're that girl. You've been faking that you have money. You've been faking it this whole time. And you came on the show about women with influence and women of status, and you aren't that. So I mean, you can't talk about I just can't live my life like I can't fake. But you do though. But to each his own. And at the end of the episode, Phaedra announced to the ladies that Portia isn't here because her cousin Londi passed away. And yeah, that was the episode. And like I said, next episode seems like it's going to be a doozy. We're going to see the conclusion of the whole Charles and this man thing. I don't know what's going on with that, because it looked like Angela wanted the guy to stay, but Charles did it and try to figure. I don't know, it was a lot. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the holy